It took just 4 casual words for Camila Araujo to lose nearly everything she'd spent years building. One moment, she was the face of the wildly popular Bop House, raking in millions of views and dollars every month. The next, she found herself banned from appearing in her own videos, hemorrhaging brand deals, and facing a legal whirlwind that could end with criminal charges. How did it all happen so fast? And why did that 5-second TikTok ignite such an explosive chain of events? Just when Camila thought she was on top of the world, the unthinkable
popcorn, grab a drink. This one is fucking crazy. Y'all. Basically, that TikTok was posted, or if you saw the TikTok on my account, it basically was outing the Blonde House, and specifically Lindsay's or Lexi Ray's boyfriend, Reese. And I basically was like, he has a mugshot and this, that, and the third, and he has a son, and he basically exploits and borderline harasses women and then hits them with a cease and desist and NDAs. And I literally have like screenshots and proof of women speaking up and DMing me and sending me proof of him doing these absolutely absurd things to them, right? Anywho, post that video. Obviously it does well because people are shocked, because when I clock it well, Pookie. I clock it real good. 5 hours later, I get a phone call. Lawsuit. How the hell are you gonna pick a fight, and then every time I snap back, you hit me with, oh, we're gonna sue you for this, and you better take that video down, and da 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 da. 2 lawsuits in 2 months is fucking insane. Stop picking fights with me then. Not to mention, everything I said is on the internet. You could have found it yourself. I just made it known to the general public.
happened. A single slip of the tongue, caught on camera, triggered a lawsuit that now threatens to destroy her entire career. From the outside, it almost seemed too dramatic to be real, yet the mounting evidence suggests that this downward spiral is no hoax. The entire internet is buzzing. Did she genuinely cross the line? Or is this all an orchestrated publicity stunt? Either way, the consequences are piling up, and Camila's reputation may be beyond repair. Camila's climb to social media stardom wasn't a fluke. Even before the Bop House existed, she proved she had a knack for commanding attention, sometimes in ways that many deemed questionable. At first, her content was tame enough, typical. Day-in-the-life vlogs, fashion hauls, and comedic skits. But as more creators flooded platforms like YouTube and TikTok, Camila knew she had to do something different to stand out. That something different came in the form of boundary pushing. Videos that flirted with the very edges of acceptable content. She quickly noticed that the more shocking or suggestive her posts were, the more her view counts spiked. This audience demand turned into a massive opportunity when she announced the launch of the Bop House. With bright neon logos, flashy intros, and a crew of young creators filming 24/7 in a rented mansion, the Bop House skyrocketed to stardom faster than anyone imagined. From dance challenges to borderline adult Q&As, their uploads frequently trended, pulling in a staggering 500 million total views within their first few months. Yet, even amid all the excitement, some viewers couldn't help noticing certain red flags. One of Camila's most controversial tactics involved featuring her 15-year-old brother in risque content, a strategy widely criticized by concerned parents and mental health experts. Videos in which Camila posed provocative questions to her visibly uncomfortable teenage sibling left many people outraged. But here's the twist. The more people complained, the more curious others became. And that curiosity fed the Bop House's unstoppable growth. Camila justified these choices by claiming they were just jokes or brother-sister banter. However, child psychologists cautioned that repeatedly exposing a minor to adult topics could blur boundaries and even cause developmental harm. Each time critics slammed her, Camila fired back with defiance, until it all came to a head in the form of a brand new rivalry that would drag her into legal chaos. Enter the Blonde House, a parallel collective of creators whose style bore more than a passing resemblance to the Bop House's format. Camila, convinced they were poaching her ideas, let her frustration slip into a short TikTok, one that contained the 4 words that would change her life, copying our entire concept. Within hours, the Blonde House responded. But rather than a sassy clapback video or petty social media bickering, they escalated matters by filing a lawsuit. Suddenly, Camila found herself on the receiving end of a legal document alleging defamation, brand damage, and potentially more severe claims that haven't yet been disclosed. Even more shocking was the injunction that accompanied the lawsuit, effectively banning Camila from appearing in any Bop House content until the matter is resolved. The ban sent shockwaves through her career. Being cut off from the Bop House meant losing her primary source of income. No more paid brand deals, sponsored posts, or affiliate marketing tied to the group's massive audience. Media outlets reported that Camila stood to lose up to $100,000 per month, potentially crippling for someone whose entire lifestyle was built around constant content creation. As soon as the lawsuit hit the public eye, the Bop House members found themselves bombarded with questions. Strangely, they couldn't seem to keep their stories straight. One member insisted Camila was still very much part of the team, but legally restricted from filming or talking about the dispute. Another claimed Camila had left permanently to protect the rest of the group. Meanwhile, eagle-eyed fans spotted Camila in the background of new Bop House clips, seemingly flouting the very injunction that was allegedly in place. This chaos fueled rampant speculation online. If Camila was truly facing a severe legal threat, why risk violating a court order by casually appearing on camera? Some theorized that the lawsuit was a well-executed publicity stunt aimed at spiking views. And it seemed to be working. Analytics showed a 300% surge in the Bop House's traffic after news broke of the alleged legal war. Though no one outside their inner circle knows the entire truth, many watchers suspect they've stumbled upon one of the most elaborate marketing schemes in recent social media history. Whether the lawsuit is real or manufactured drama, it has shone a glaring spotlight on the kind of content Camila and others like her produce. With a predominantly young audience, the Bop House played a precarious game of pushing limits just enough to remain on mainstream platforms without getting removed. Critics argue this approach deliberately lures in underage viewers, who find the edgy vibe both thrilling and taboo. Parents' advocacy groups have seized on this moment to demand stricter guidelines. They argue that social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube need to do more to protect impressionable teens from content that's almost, but not quite, explicit. The Bop House's example, featuring minors in questionable scenarios, has only intensified these calls for reform. Suddenly, Camila's day in court, whether real or symbolic, has become a flashpoint for broader discussions about online safety and exploitation. The fallout for Camila was swift and brutal. Before her alleged defamation slip-up, she was a star influencer, tapped for lucrative sponsorships by major brands eager to connect with her massive fan base. Shortly after the lawsuit was made public, though, she became too risky to represent. Those same brands either withdrew their offers or let existing contracts quietly lapse. Influencer marketing insiders revealed that her name was struck off major agencies' preferred creator lists, effectively freezing out any chance for future deals. These losses extended beyond money. In the influencer world, reputation is currency. Collaborations with other major creators help maintain relevance and expand audience reach. By stirring up legal drama, real or staged, Camila tarnished her image and severed connections she desperately needs. Even some of her closest allies opted to distance themselves publicly, unwilling to wade into a controversy that showed no signs of cooling off. Her once close friend, the famously drama-prone Jack Dar, reportedly declined, a joint project underscoring how toxic Camila's reputation had become. With her legal status in limbo, Camila attempted a quiet comeback. She posted updates insisting she'd return stronger than ever, only to follow them with more of the same borderline content that got her into trouble in the first place. Her big return video was little more than a dance clip interspersed with winks at the camera, offering no meaningful address of the lawsuit or the controversies swirling around her. A large chunk of her followers felt that this carefree approach was painfully out of touch. Had she not learned anything from the ongoing chaos? Her staunchest fans remained loyal, but the broader audience reacted with skepticism. Viewers flooded the comments, calling her out for ignoring genuine concerns and portraying the lawsuit like a joke. Meanwhile, the Bop House kept churning out collaborative videos, minus the star who had once been its biggest draw. Camila's downfall didn't occur in a vacuum. The controversy has reignited debates about content moderation and the responsibility influencers have when catering to young audiences. Platforms including TikTok and YouTube are now under increased pressure to clamp down on creators who skirt the edges of acceptable material for the sake of clicks and easy profit. This scrutiny isn't new. It's been building for years as critics point to the ethical gray areas occupied by certain creators. But Camila's story, with its potent mix of minors, alleged defamation, and possible legal injunctions, might be the tipping point. If major advertisers continue to back away from drama-fueled influencers, the entire content house model, built on sensationalism and constant viral stunts, could be on the brink of collapse. Even creators with squeaky clean images may find themselves under a microscope if the public grows weary of reckless online behavior. So, where does that leave the Bop House itself? Without Camila's star power and leadership, many industry insiders believe the collective is destined to fade away. Content houses often rely on a central personality to keep viewers engaged. As the founding member and driving force, Camila was essential to the brand's identity. Now, that identity is tangled up in controversy, a legal mess, and widespread mistrust. Amid the turmoil, some Bop House members have quietly begun exploring solo ventures, vlogging about their personal lives or teasing collaborative projects with other groups. The question remains, will the lawsuit push them apart permanently, or could they somehow weather the storm and come back stronger? If the latter is possible, it would require a complete rebranding that steers clear of the questionable tactics that once fueled their rise. The saga of Camila Araujo is a stark warning for anyone chasing the high of online fame. One day, you're the queen of viral content, boasting an audience of millions. The next, you're scrambling to salvage what's left of your reputation. Whether the Blonde House's lawsuit is genuine or a carefully orchestrated drama, the effects on Camila's career and on the broader influencer community are very real. With brand deals evaporating, subscriber counts plummeting, and legal threats looming, Camila's spectacular flameout highlights the fragile nature of success built on shock value. Controversy can be a catalyst for growth, until the very moment it becomes too much. If this entire fiasco has proven one thing, it's that the social media landscape rewards constant reinvention, but punishes those who push boundaries without a strategy to handle the fallout. For the rest of the influencer world, Camila's cautionary tale could spark a cultural shift. Platforms might finally institute stricter guidelines for content that blurs ethical lines. Creators who built their following through provocative stunts may need to adapt or risk losing everything. If you thought Camila's collapse was staggering, brace yourself. This story may only be the tip of the iceberg, because what happens next in the Bop House saga, and in the wider creator economy, might be even more shocking than anything we've witnessed so far. Stay tuned, because the twists and turns coming down the line could make these initial lawsuits look tame in comparison. When one misguided comment can trigger the downfall of an entire digital empire, every influencer should be asking, "Am I next?"